Inaugurated in 1947, the Gilley Shield is the pinnacle of women's softball in Australia. New South Wales and Queensland have been the dominant teams in this competition over a long period of time, and no other state has been successful in winning the crown since 1985, when Victoria emerged victorious. Today, North meets South yet again as our cameras take you to the State Softball Centre at Mirrabooka in Western Australia for the final of the Australian Women's Open Softball Championship. Our coverage on Fox Sports, presented by the Australian Sports Commission and CTI, proud sponsor of the Australian National Women's Team and the Australian Under-19 Women's Team.
It is a magnificent afternoon here at the State Softball Centre in Mirrabooka in Perth, the Australian Women's Softball National Championships. And great to be here alongside Olympian Fiona Crawford and also Mike Palmer, our expert commentator here this afternoon. And Fiona, before it kicked off here, we had a fantastic game between two Indigenous sides over here in Perth.
Yeah, Glenn, they had such a fantastic time. Those ladies had the opportunity to come out, have a run around, play on an international diamond and in front of a tremendous crowd.
Yeah, it was a fantastic afternoon for them, and great to see the sport of softball bringing these Indigenous communities together. Well, coming up now, we have the national final. Mike Palmer, the Queensland heat side, they've got a very good squad lining up.
Yeah, an incredibly strong team that's performed well. Jade Wall in centre field, Jodie Barring, the catcher, Brenda de Blaise, the shortstop, really three of the star players for this Queensland team.
They were the runners-up to New South Wales last year, no doubt, looking to turn the tide this year and get one up on their big rival. It's time to go down to Monette Russo. She is with Melinda Weaver.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Melinda Weaver from the Queensland Heat. Melinda, you've had the morning off. How are you and the team feeling, and what sort of game day preparations have you been up to?
Yeah, we were really excited. We haven't done much this morning. We had pool recovery, had some breakfast and a bit of fun together. So we're excited to start warming up and get out on the diamond.
Excellent. And what will you be focusing on today when you're out there to ensure you stay on top of the game?
There's two key areas, obviously offense and defense. In our defense, we've been tidy all week, so we're looking to continue that. In our hitting, so in offense, we're looking just to make contact. They've got quality pitching, so the more we can make contact, the more runs we're going to score, hopefully some errors we're going to create for New South.
Excellent. And what would it mean to take home the Gilley Shield today?
Yeah, just asking that question's giving me goosebumps. We're really ready for this. We've lost it the last couple of years. We've been in the finals. New South beat us last year in the last inning. So there's a lot of our girls who back-to-back, and we're really excited and really pumped to take home Gilleys this year.
Well, good luck out there today, and thank you.
Thank you very much.
Queensland, a very determined side, but they are coming up against a very determined New South Wales side. Fiona Crawford, how do they line up?
Well, interestingly, it's largely an unchanged playlist from the team that beat Queensland in the final of the Gilley Shield last year. I can't go past players such as Stacey Porter, their captain, to look out for, their catcher Taylor Titz-Cronus, and Kaya Parnaby on the mound will be certainly looking to make an impact.
Monette Russo caught up with Stacey Porter. Here's what she had to say.
Stacey, you had a good game this morning. Congratulations. How do you feel going into the finals today?
Yeah, it was good to get that game out of the way today, and obviously we would have liked to have won the game yesterday to go straight through to the final, but I guess playing another game today can only, give us more confidence. So I'm feeling good going into the next one. We had some good at-bats and some good team effort by everyone from that game, so we'll just be looking to carry that form into the next game.
And how are you going to get the team all revved up and excited to play another game out there?
Well, hopefully I don't have to do too much. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity, really. It's the best day of the year for me, so I'll be just encouraging the girls to get out there and look. You just lift it to another level for a final, and it just happens. So I think they'll be right.
Very good. And what would it mean to take home the Gilley Shield today?
Oh, it would be fantastic. There's a lot of work that goes into this tournament. 3 months of the year we just train and train and train, and we prepare for 1 week of softball. So, like I said, it's my favourite day of the year today, and to take away another one would be special.
Well, best of luck out there today, and thank you.
Thank you.
Softball Australia is constantly looking at new innovations for the sport, and the most recent initiative involves the introduction of a new version of the game called Social Sevens. The new format is fast, fun, and, as the name implies, features 7 players on each team. Shane Cantlemy is Softball Australia's product development coordinator, and he says Social Sevens softball offers plenty for spectators and players alike.
Yeah, Social Sevens is a fast game because it's action-packed. There's plenty of big hits, plenty of fielding and plenty of base running to keep the game moving. It's also, the game is also short in duration. It's a 4 innings game, so it's completed within 1 hour, which is great for people who want to lead an active and healthy lifestyle, but don't have a lot of time to fit it into their busy lives.
One of the best aspects of Social Sevens softball is the fact that all players get to bat in each innings.
Social Sevens is such a fun game to play because everyone's involved and it's a high-scoring game. All 7 players get to bat each inning, which guarantees, and with 4 innings in the game, all players get 4 turns at bat. With 2 less players in the field, there's a lot more action happening. Fielders have to move around and have a lot more space to cover, and there's a new pitcher every inning. So 4 of the 7 players on your team get a turn at pitching. And one of the best features of Social Sevens is that it's a high-scoring game. There's a run for every base reached, which it's not uncommon for teams to score 60, 70 or even 80 runs in a game, so it makes it really exciting to play. I love the reaction of some of the players when they're out there and they reach first base and they're like, yes, I scored a run. It's great.
So, as the name suggests, is Social Sevens a social game for everyone?
Yeah, as the name suggests, Social Sevens is a really social game. It's great for playing with family, with friends, with your work colleagues. It's also a great way to meet new people. And with only 7 players on a team, it's easier to get your team together as well.
Another tremendous innovation with Social Sevens is that player safety has also been considered, with, among other things, a softer ball being utilised.
Social Sevens is a safe game to play. The ball is softer, so it reduces the chance of injuries, and we've also implemented some rules to make it safer again. There's a safety base at first base and a second home plate for the players to run through to avoid collisions. There's no tagging by the fielders of the base runners to avoid, again, the collisions, and also there's no diving or sliding into base by the base runners.
And what makes it just so easy to play for everyone?
Yes, Social Sevens is easy to play. Because the ball is pitched slower, it's easier to hit, so you don't have to be standing there, facing fast pitch pitching. It's easier to hit the ball, and also we've implemented some rules that make it easy to play. So we've removed the technical rules of softball, and it's easy for a new player to come along and play the game. They can learn the game in 5 minutes, and they're out there and playing. Some of the rules that we've implemented to make it easy includes that if the ball, when it's pitched, if it lands on the strike zone mat, it's a strike. If it doesn't, it's a ball. And if the ball's hit, you can run. If it's not, you can't.
And another of the major benefits of this form of the game is that it's suitable for most age groups.
Yeah, Social Sevens is for everyone. Anyone can play. It's great for all abilities, and it's a fantastic game for new people who have never played softball before, or those who haven't played in a long time. It's a great way for them to get back into it. And with 7 players per team, it's easier to get your team together. You can also register as an individual, or just have a small group of 3 or 4 and still register that way.
And where can Social Sevens be played?
Yeah, Social Sevens can be played in any open space. It doesn't need to be played just on a softball diamond. You can play it at a reserve, even in a car park, on the beach, even on a football field, and there's an indoor version available as well.
For further information on how to get started in Social Sevens, visit softball.org.au.
It is game time here at Mirrabooka for the Australian Women's Softball National Championship. Queensland in the field. Justine Smethurst is on the mound. Leading off is Stacey Porter for New South Wales. Porter going after that first pitch, drives that one to Weaver at second base. One pitch, one out, no mucking around, Fiona Crawford.
Yeah, no mucking around. And clearly New South Wales Firestars has signalled to Queensland that they're here to make a game of it, and Stacey going after that first pitch.
Taylor Titsakronis, the catcher for New South Wales, steps up to the plate now. One out in the first. Pitch just missing on the outside edge.
It's only Taylor's second year in the Open Women's Tournament. Had a fabulous year last year, and again leading the batting stats for the New South Wales Firestars, coming in to the final here with a batting average of .432.
High in the strike zone, Titsakronis goes after that one. There's some great young talent in this New South Wales lineup, Fiona.
Yeah, tremendous talent. I think it just goes to show the depth, not just of the New South Wales team, but also Queensland. Queensland have actually got some girls that are backing up for the Under-19s National Championships just next week.
Strike called on the inside edge. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Titsakronis, 1 out for New South Wales. Big swing and a miss, and Mike Palmer 2 out in very quick succession.
Great piece of pitching there. They went outside, just missed on the close pitch, went up, came back down on the inside, got a called strike, and then blew her away upstairs. Worked all around the strike zone to perfect effect.
So a great start for Queensland, 2 up, 2 down. It brings Rachel Lack to the plate now for New South Wales. A great pitch there. You see the camera from behind home plate. Just tailing and catching the outside corner.
Yeah, it's a fantastic camera angle to really showcase just what these pitchers can do with the ball.
It's a bit low, and a good work there by Jodie Bowring. I suppose one of the veterans of this Queensland side, a very much a decorated player.
Yeah, she certainly is, and she's a critical part of this team. As their captain, you'll find that Jodie does step up to the plate when she's called to do so, and certainly leads her team in style.
An Olympian herself, you've played alongside her plenty of times, Fiona?
Plenty of times. I must say I do prefer having Jodie on my team and not playing against her, particularly when she wears the maroons.
Just looking for that inside corner and misses. 3 balls and 1 strike now on Rachel Lack. Fantastic conditions here in Mirrabooka. Sun shining down, nice and warm. Pops up to the left side. Blakeman is the left field under it, takes the catch. New South Wales retired 3 up, 3 down. So a great start for the Queenslanders here at this Australian Women's Softball National Championships. So New South Wales, the defending champions here. They beat Queensland, and the rivalry between these two, Fiona, you know better than most of us, the rivalry between these two states in this tournament is outstanding.
And I certainly think Stacey Porter captured it in the interview before the game. She said this is her favourite game, favourite day of the year. There is just something that burns in these players when they put on their Queensland or New South Wales uniforms.
This is Brenda de Blas leading off for Queensland.
Brenda will certainly be looking to make an impact early on here in this final.
Oh, goes after that one. It just gets over the shortstop. That's a great start for Queensland. Drops that one into centre field, and Mike, exactly what they would want.
Yeah, just a perfect start. First base runner on base, and it's just really what you do need. I mean, it's really critical to get runners on base early in the game, establish yourself, and put some pressure on the fielders, which they've done now.
They certainly have done that. Melinda Weaver, who we heard from at the top of the show. She's the second baseman. Shapes to bunt, but that a little flare over Simone Freeman's head at first base and beats it out. Well, not unusual to square for the bunt, but pulls back and puts a swing on it.
Yeah, put a slap bunt on that one. Interesting, exactly the same pitch that Brenda de Blas went after, that inside rise, which is a fantastic pitch of Kaya, but has resulted in 2 bloopers that have just dinked over the infield. Fantastic start for Queensland here in the final.
Bowering squaring around a bunt, looking to advance these runners. So no doubt that's what Queensland will be looking to do now here, Mike. Want to advance these runners, put them both in scoring positions.
Yeah, they absolutely need to do that. So she squared the bunt, laid off the pitch. It was outside. The umpires checked the call. Let's see if she does it again.
Hits this one hard to the right side, but into foul territory.
I think Coach Fabian Barlow gave Jodie Bowering the green light for one pitch. Swing away on this one, and I think we'll see a sacrifice bunt signal for Jodie to get those runners into the scoring position.
Squares round a bunt, the catcher looking for the force play at third and does that. So Queensland looking to advance those runners, but great heads-up play from the catcher.
That's a great play for Taylor Titsakronis and also for Stacey McManus to get around to third base in time and get Brenda de Blas, who was quite speedy on the bases. So a big play for New South Wales, but they're certainly not out of trouble now with Stacey Webber coming to the plate.
Yeah, the number 4 hitter for Queensland. Called strike on her first up. Still one out, runners on first and second for Queensland. Can they get on the board first here in this national final? Parnaby just missing low and away on that occasion. Count 1-1 now on Stacey Webber. Parnaby just checking in with the catcher to get the signals. Up and inside. Good pitch there, just keeping Webber off the plate a little bit there, Mike Palmer.
Yeah, they're both pitches already. You can see them moving the ball around. The trick here is not to throw the ball over and over in the same location, and that's what they're being successful at, and making the batters uncertain. You can see there they went from high inside to low away and just completely shifting the batter's eye line and trying to get a low strike.
That one just missing outside. Count now 3-1 on Stacey Webber. Can she drive in the first run for Queensland here in the bottom of the first inning? Big swing. A very big cut on that one, Fiona. That one could have gone places.
That was very reminiscent of the swing she put on a ball in the Gilley Shield final last year that sailed over the fence. So I think Kaya Parnaby would certainly remember that pitch.
Full count now on Stacey Webber. Another big cut. She certainly won't die wondering. Loves to get those cuts in. So the count's still full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mike, they've worked high, they've worked away. Where do you throw this one?
Oh, I think they've got to come down and inside. They're staying up. That could be a mistake.
Tried outside, but that one's been dropped into left field. And that will be enough for Queensland to score their first run. And safe at third as well. Well, great at bat there by Stacey Webber. Knocks that one into right field. Scores a run for Queensland. Runners still at the corners.
Yeah, that was a major mistake, that pitch. It was straight down the middle. It's not where they needed to go at all. And the batter as good as Webber, she drives in the run.
She certainly did. Drove that run in. Melinda Weaver is the run that will score. And a super start for Queensland after retiring New South Wales in order in the top of the first. They've got themselves on board in the bottom. And they lead this national championships by 1-0.
And an error on the throw there from the outfielder into third base. And unfortunately, you can't let Queensland get any extra bases in a game like the Gilley Shield final.
Yeah, that last mistake there was a major mistake because there was nobody covering third, but the outfielder threw the ball to third anyway. You've got to keep the runner at second base. They need to be first and second with a force. Now they're first and third and 1 out. This is a really strong situation for Queensland.
Jay Ball is the batter to the plate now, the centre fielder for Queensland. Takes a cut on that one, fouls it over the back. 2 strikes only. Great work by Parnaby to work the count in front nice and early.
Great shot of the girls there in the dugout. No one sitting down, everybody up on the fence. They know that this is their real opportunity to make a statement here in the bottom of the first.
So Parnaby, that one high, maybe Mike just trying to get to the chase at one out of the zone?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think they seem to be staying up, throwing a few rise balls and just letting the batters get the ball up around their eye line, which encourages them to swing, but they're not going to get any strikes up there.
Oh, inside on that occasion, and Jade Wall wearing that one. So obviously trying to go inside there, Fiona, but a little bit too far.
Yeah, tried to get a little bit too tight on that inside corner. That's got to hurt. Kai Parnaby doesn't throw anything shy of 110, 112 clicks. That has got to hurt. She is one tough cookie, Jade Wall.
Let's take a look at this pitch again. Goes inside and just hits it on that back elbow, I think. But yeah, that won't tickle. And Jade Wall has done well to brush that one off. Just again, that back elbow indeed.
That's got a sting. She won't give anything up, though, if I know Jade Wall.
So a great opportunity now for Queensland. Loaded bases with one out. Erin Thrass also wears one. 2 pitches in a row. And once again, that's tough.
That's tough, and it's also a run for Queensland. The bases were loaded, and missing by that much on consecutive pitches inside has really put Queensland in a hole.
Yeah, it certainly is. Saw that one, wears it on the inside. Parnaby, she knew it was a tough one, and she knew it was going to give up a run. New South Wales now dragging 2 in the bottom of the first. And Queensland still a great opportunity to extend this lead. Runs on the board early in this final is exactly what Queensland would have wanted.
Exactly, loaded bases now.
Tara Speakman. She is at the plate now, the 3rd baseman for Queensland. Look at this. Bases are loaded, 1 out. Can Queensland extend this lead in the bottom of the first? A big cut there by Speakman, puts that one to right field. The catch is taken by Lack. She's going to fire home, and they get the runner. Great work by Titsakronis to pick that ball up, affect the tag at home, and that has saved New South Wales bacon well and truly. That has certainly got them out of some trouble. That's a tremendous throw from Rachel Lack, and equally a fantastic take there by Taylor Titsakronis behind the plate. Mike Palmer, take us through this. What a play by New South Wales.
Yeah, good positioning by the outfielder, so she's moving in as she catches it, makes a strong throw, bounces in front of the catcher, and a brilliant block. That is absolutely brilliant play at home plate.
I might say, I think that we're lucky we don't have a 3rd umpire. They may have gone to the screen for that one, but I'm sure New South Wales will take the out and get out of trouble and hopefully do something with the bats here in the top of the second.
They will certainly claim that. We now go to the top of the second. Simone Freeman. She will lead things off, the number 4 hitter for New South Wales. Simone Freeman lining up at first base for New South Wales in this national final. Well, as we said, it was New South Wales who took the honours last year. Take their tally of 18 titles to Queensland's 17. So this rivalry between the 2 states, we have spoken about it before, but really nothing between the 2 states over a long period of time.
Absolutely nothing between these 2 teams, and that's evidenced in how their games have played out this week. Queensland won the first round game, New South Wales won the second. Queensland won the first to get them through, straight through to the final. New South Wales had to take the tough road and play WA this morning. So I think Queensland would certainly be looking to square things up and make it 18 apiece.
2 balls and 1 strike now on Simone Freeman. Foul tip taken there by the catcher Jodie Bowring, and that takes the count to 2-2.
Already there's a massive difference in the approach from both teams. The Queensland team laid off the high pitches, forced Parnaby to throw the ball in the strike zone and got 2 runs. And now New South Wales are just chasing high pitches. In the first inning they did it, and they've done it again here in the second. Goes after that one low and away and strikes out, but they're widening the strike zone for the pitcher and giving her every opportunity to get them out.
And I suppose, Fiona, with that in mind, New South Wales had dragged 2 runs early, but they still have to prepare right. They still have to execute every pitch right, despite being down early in the scoreboard.
Exactly. They just need to realise this is a 7 innings game. They need to make sure that they just claw those runs back. I will say it's fantastic to see Justine Smethurst back on the plate. This time for Queensland, Justine decided to take a sabbatical from the game after the 2012 World Championships. In that time, she's changed state. She's moved to sunny Queensland, so it's just fantastic to see her back on the mound. And she's certainly not lost any of her speed in that time away.
Yeah, doing a great job for Queensland already. A couple of strikeouts in the first 2 innings. Another foul ball, count 2 balls, or no balls and 2 strikes. Fiona, you spoke about New South Wales having to play this morning. Queensland won through already. They had the morning off. That's got to be falling in Queensland's favour, having a little bit of a rest as well.
It's a tough week, as Stacey said. You know, the players trained for 3 months for this day. So, and oftentimes, you know, having double headers in the lead-ups to this. So any break they can get, as Melinda Weaver said, you know, to take it easy, do a bit of pool recovery, all adds up for this afternoon's game.
I suppose on the other side of the coin as well, New South Wales, a bit of momentum going in this one as well. Having a win this morning, their tails will be up. They'll be very keen to get in this one. So the count now on Stacey McManus, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Shot there in the New South Wales dugout. All the girls up on the fence there, cheering the teammates on. That one popped up into foul territory. McManus will go back. The count will remain at 2-2.
Did they brief you beforehand?
For Stacey McManus, a 25-year-old. Another national representative from the Sutherland Shire in Sydney. Great eyes there from her.
They really, really wanted that one.
They certainly did.
It was a good piece of umpiring from Steve Suckling, but they really wanted that one.
So great at bat so far by McManus. She's taken this count all the way. It's full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ball hit to the left side. The left fielder Blakeman under that one. She takes a very simple catch there in the end, and that is 2 up and 2 down.
That was actually a really high quality at bat, and that might play a role in this whole game, because up until then, the New South Wales hitters were just swinging freely, allowing Smethurst to throw the ball wherever she wanted, and that was the first time that she was really made to work hard. And it's good signs for New South Wales.
Yeah, it certainly was. Making these pitchers throw a few more, get deeper into the count, and get into the pitch counts nice and early into this match. So that now brings Samantha Poole up to the plate for New South Wales. 2 out here in the top of the second, no runners on. So again, Mike, you're saying the free swinging of New South Wales again. 2 pitches, 2 cuts by Sam Poole.
Yeah, and they're starting to make a little more contact now, and I think there's some good signs here. Even though Queensland are 2-0 up at the moment, there is some good signs for New South Wales. They just need to keep concentrating and focusing and having good at-bats and making the pitcher throw the ball in the strike zone.
A little bit of adrenaline playing part in that one, do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, real eagerness at the start of the game. The rice balls she was throwing at the beginning were really hopping up a little bit, so when they first released, they looked like they're in the middle of the plate, and you end up swinging at something that higher than you should, but you need to have that discipline at this level, and the players in this game do have that discipline.
And one low and inside takes the count to 2-2. It's a great pitching, as you say, by Smethurst. A little bit more discipline required by these New South Wales hitters, and I suppose, Fiona, it's just taking every pitch on its merit.
Exactly, and Justine has got a tremendous rise ball, but the fact that she can throw it anywhere in the zone and throw a change-up like that in, that's probably coming in at about 20-25 k's slower than her fastball. You just never know what's coming with Justine. That's a fantastic out.
Yeah, it certainly was. 3 up, 3 down once again. Fantastic pitch. 3 strikeouts already for her. And it is Queensland still leading by 2 runs to 0 as we go into the bottom of the second inning. Brooke McNamara, she will lead things off for the Queenslanders. Kia Parnaby on the mound again for New South Wales. That first pitch a little bit low in the zone. That one straight down the can.
Kai would certainly be looking to draw on her experience in the professional Japanese league that she plays. After here, she'll be heading back there in March.
Ground ball straight up the middle. Picked up by Murphy at centre field, and a fantastic lead off there by Brooke McNamara. Gives the Queenslanders a runner on first with none out after scoring 2 runs in the top of the first. That's exactly what they would have wanted in the second.
And bringing up some speed here with Blackman coming to the plate. Left-handed slapper here, so certainly keeps the corners, the first and third baseman, on their toes.
I'm looking to do that one, to slap that one to the left side. Shapes to bunt once again. Well, no doubt looking to bunt there with that runner on first, but as you say, plenty of speed about it. A left-handed hitter as well, so she's 2 steps closer to first base already. So no doubt Queensland looking to advance runners, but getting that another runner on base as well.
She'll be looking to put this ball into play and move that critical runner to second base.
A little slap up the middle, forced out at second base for New South Wales.
It was really well executed, actually. She bounced it over the pitcher's head, and just a bit more on it, it would have scooted through into centre field. But it played beautifully for New South Wales, and the fielder ended up on the base with the ball for a 4th out.
Well, the pivots there closing up a little bit there with a runner on first base, and great job by New South Wales. Still a runner on first base now for Queensland. And this will be back to the top of the order, and Brenda de Blas is up to the plate now for Queensland.
Coming into this game with a batting average of .442. Tremendous hitter.
Well, she led things off with a base hit, and she will do it again. 2 hits from 2 at bats now for de Blas. Blackman to second. Queensland, the heat are on fire, one would say.
And really tactical approach. Blackman tried to slap her up through to second, and that time they went for the hit and run, and it worked perfectly. The runner took off on the pitch, and the ball was hit into right field.
A great piece of the ball this time by Queensland, and that has gone foul. Wow. Melinda Weaver could well and truly have broken the game open here, but fortunately for New South Wales, that one has just gone foul.
There's real focus and energy about Queensland's performance right now. Tactically, they're really sound. They're thinking through what they're doing. They're actually executing really well. They got unlucky before, but they look in great shape here.
And not overpowering their swings either. You could see Melinda Weaver really use the pace of Kai Parnaby's pitch, got bat on ball, and you could see how far that ball went.
2 strikes on Weaver now. Runners on first and second with 1 out. This one hit to the right side, another base hit again for Queensland. The runner is held at third base. And what a performance this is in the second inning. Queensland, base is now loaded with 1 out. A real opportunity for them to blow this game right open.
And signals a pitching change for the New South Wales Firestars. In comes Ellen Roberts.
Yes, New South Wales needing to do something to break up this momentum, Mike.
Yeah, I think they really did. Kai Parnaby was really forced to throw the ball down the middle. She wasn't getting the call she needed around the edges. And a lot of that was to do with the discipline of the Queensland hitters, which is the difference in the game so far. And that forcing her to throw strikes allowed them to get some good hits. And a change was, I think, desperately needed, and they've done the right thing here.
Particularly with this hitter up the plate now, Jodie Bowering. She's had an outstanding tournament already, as you said, Fiona, and with bases loaded, this is a very, very important at-bat for New South Wales and for Queensland.
Exactly. Welcome to the game, Ellen Roberts. You're facing the current Australian vice-captain.
So a real test for Roberts now. She comes in fresh to this game. That one fouled away by Bowering. The count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Another pitch high in the zone. Roberts trying to tempt the hitter.
Ellen actually came in as relief pitcher in the Gilley Shield final last year and did a sterling job in shutting down the Queensland offence. So New South Wales will be looking for her to do the same thing here.
Doing a great job so far. Fouled straight back to the screen by Bowring. Count still 2-2. Bases still loaded. Still one out for Queensland. Can they get another run across the plate? Well, an impressive at bat here as well, Mike, by Bowring. New pitcher to the plate, making her work nice and early.
Yeah, again, just the same thing from Queensland. Every single hitter that's come up seems to have come up with a purpose and a focus and understands what their role is. And this at-bat's getting extended, which is really good for Queensland. Great discipline there as well. I mean, pretty easy pitch, actually, to chase because she's had a series of pitches up. You get one that looks down in the strike zone, but great focus to lay off that pitch.
Full count now on Bowring. Ellen Roberts on the mound for New South Wales. Pulls this one hard and foul. Well, full count on the hitter. Bowring looking for something to hit here. Pops this one to the third base side. Porter under it and takes a simple catch. A very important out there for New South Wales.
That's a big out for New South Wales. One out, loaded bases. To get Jodie Backering, their captain, out, but certainly again not out of the woods with Stacey Webber coming to the plate.
Well, she had a base hit to drive in the first run in her first at-bat. And again, a real opportunity here for Queensland to extend this. Or can New South Wales shut things out? Great pitch by Roberts there.
She looks very good immediately. And if she can get through Bowring and Webber here and get them out of the inning without scoring, this will be an amazing performance coming in.
And what about that hack once again? We said about it in the first time at bat that she knows how to take a good cut, and that was another beauty.
She doesn't die wondering. Stacey Webber.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Webber now. And a great pitch on the outside edge. Roberts does a fantastic job to keep Queensland scoreless in the bottom of the second. We have got an outstanding national final already. It is Queensland leading New South Wales by 2-0.
On Fox Sports, you're watching the Australian Open Women's Softball Championship from Mirrabooka in Western Australia. Our coverage presented by CTI in association with the Australian Sports Commission.
Welcome back to the State Softball Centre here in Mirrabooka at Perth, where Queensland leading New South Wales by 2-0 after 2 innings. And New South Wales just the start they want here in the top of the third, trailing by 2 runs. A great start there by Belinda Barnes, driving that one into right field, Fiona.
It's great to see Belinda Barnes back playing for the New South Wales Firestars. Played in the Beijing Olympics and won a bronze medal there. Decided to retire from the sport, have 2 delightful young children, but has obviously decided she's not ready to hang up the boots. So great to see her back for the 2 Blues.
And having someone with that experience and skill to have her come back to New South Wales with a lot of younger players coming through as well, a great asset to the team.
Certainly, and she's got such maturity and such experience to draw on the young players would certainly be looking to the likes of her and Stacey Porter.
So Bianca Abrahams is the batter up to the plate now, looking to advance with the bunt, but knocks that one into foul territory. Barnes will go back to first, and the count will be 2 strikes only now on Bianca Abrahams. Pitch away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Trailing by 2 runs here already. New South Wales don't be looking to advance these runners to get a runner in scoring position nice and early.
But there's no rush. They don't need to get the runs all back at once. They just need to move the runners, play their game, get themselves on the scoreboard. That was a great pitch. The change-up, fantastic. The bottom just absolutely dropped out of that pitch. That was a great strikeout.
Great work there once again by Smethurst. That's her 4th strikeout of the game already. Cara Murphy to the plate now for New South Wales with a runner on first base and 1 out. Put your coach's hat on, Fiona. Do we bunt this time?
They need to move that runner around. Sack bunt, definitely. Running bunt put down by Cara Murphy.
Runner out at first base, but she does a job.
Does a job. That's a tremendous running bunt there. Very, very difficult off a pitcher like Justine. Very well executed. You'll see that in a normal sacrifice bunt situation, she would have been around already. Holds a bat back nice and late, hoping to catch the pitcher in the corners by surprise. Well fielded by Justine, and just makes the throw in time.
So her job done. Gets the ball on the ground, advances the runner to second. And New South Wales have a very important runner in scoring position here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Interesting to note there that Queensland elected to intentionally walk Stacey Porter. So they put Stacey on first base, which has now resulted in a force to 3 with 2 out.
Titsakronis goes after that one and puts it foul down that left side. So as you say, Fiona, they've intentionally walked the leadoff batter in Stacey Porter. That sets up a double play at both second and third base for Queensland.
Yeah, they can certainly play any base in this situation, but I'm not too sure what's worse, pitching to Stacey Porter or pitching to inform Taylor Titsakronis in this situation.
As we said at the top, she's had an outstanding tournament. One of the younger members of this New South Wales lineup. It's doing a fantastic job with the bat and behind the plate right throughout this carnival. So again, Mike, you can see the pitcher working inside, working outside, trying to get these hitters off balance.
Yeah, absolutely. Just trying to make sure that the ball doesn't go in the middle of the plate, really, and just move it around, and you're not throwing consecutive pitches. Really interesting tactical situation here that they walked her. Clearly did it for the choice of which batter that they wanted to pitch to.
Yes, Fiona said both very good hitters. But tactically, I suppose it's just a matter of giving yourself more options with that double play situation. So the count 2-2 on Titsakronis. 2 out, 2 runners on. Can New South Wales get their first runner on the plate, across the plate here in the top of the 3rd? Titsakronis drives this one to left field. Belinda Barnes is wound in from 3rd, and she will score. New South Wales get a runner on the board here in the top of the 3rd.
Justine Smethurst left far too much of the ball across the plate. Drives that ball into left field, and in her excitement, Coach Kerry Porter weaving Belinda Barnes around, lands on the deck herself. Maybe she was willing Belinda to slide into home plate.
Probably not one of her most glorious moments in national softball championships, but it was effective anyway. Got a runner across the plate.
If you're going to fall over, it may as well be when you're scoring.
So New South Wales finally on the board here in the top of the 3rd inning. Queensland leading by 2 runs to 1. Still 2 out, runners at the corners, and it is Rachel Lack who's at the plate now for the Blues. Was out on a fly ball to left field in her first at bat here this afternoon.
Rachel's recently taken up a scholarship to the University of Hawaii, so we'll be heading back there to take up her studies after this series. Interestingly, career aspiration is to be a zookeeper.
So much the professional or semi-professional softball careers over. A zookeeper it may be.
A zookeeper it may be. And I think it's also worth noting, softball is not a professional sport. These girls do not get paid to play. And in most instances, run at a financial loss to play this game. So it's a real credit to them that they're in the shape that they're in. They've got the commitment and the dedication to be in this sort of form while still holding down oftentimes full-time employment and or full-time study. They're tremendous role models for any up-and-coming player that wants to have both. You can have both, albeit you might be a bit out of pocket. You can most certainly still do both. So tremendous role models, these ladies.
So it becomes a lifestyle choice as much as anything.
Absolutely. And you ask any of these girls and they'll say that it's not a sacrifice, it's just a choice that they make.
They love doing it. A great pitch on the outside edge there, just cuts the corner. Smethurst again really has the radar on today. Count now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rachel Black will step back into the batter's box now. Can she keep this rally going for New South Wales in the third? Well, a great job by Rachel Lack, and the runner will score on the pass ball. We spoke about Jodie Bowering being the catcher that she is, but a tough one to try and pick up there, the ball in the dirt by Smethurst.
That's a tough play. Jodie would be very disappointed with herself for not blocking that ball. Unfortunately lets in the equalising run, and they're still not out of the woods yet.
Yes,
Forced to 3 with 2 out.
That's all tied things up here in the top of the third. Queensland and New South Wales 2-all. Simone Freeman, first base, she's up to the plate now. So 2 out runners on first and second still. We are all tied up here in the top of the third. An outstanding start it was for Queensland, plating 2 runs in the top of the first. But New South Wales made the most of their opportunities here in the top of the third inning. Big swing and a miss, and a great pitch as well.
Yeah, it was a really nice pitch. One of the big differences here, of course, is that New South Wales are now having longer at-bats, seeing more pitches, making more contact, even if it's foul balls, putting the ball in play. And they're now doing what Queensland did to get their 2 runs. So the teams are unbelievably evenly matched.
Another great pitch, just that change-up dying away at the last moment there.
Yeah, it went back-to-back to the same spot with the same pitch. I guess thinking if we couldn't hit the first one, we can't hit the second one. And it will be interesting to see where they go now. They should go up and in, but who knows?
Let's see, 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 is the count on the hitter. Did exactly that, Mike.
Well said, Mike.
They had it really set up for there, and they just missed. They missed up. That really had a chance to be an out pitch.
And smart catching by Jodie Bowering. She knows that the New South Wales Firestars have been chasing that pitch all game.
The money pitch now for Queensland. Full count, 2 out, 2 on. Chopped foul there by Simone Freeman. She will get another crack. She'll step back into the batter's box again. The count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Great pitch on the outside edge once again by Smethurst. Freeman caught looking, and that ends a very productive third inning for New South Wales, getting 2 runs across the plate, and we are all tied up. Now time to move to the bottom of the third inning. Queensland, New South Wales, 2-all in this Australian Women's Softball National Championships. Ellen Roberts back on the mound for New South Wales. We saw she did a great job when she came on in relief. No doubt the New South Wales players will be looking for her to do more of the same as she steps up in the third.
Jade Walsh showing no signs of being hit. Her first turn at bat puts a great swing on that pitch.
Yeah, she wore a nasty one on that back arm around the elbow area. So certainly would have put a bit of sting on that one, but she's shaking it off, and that, by the looks of that swing that she had there, showing no real signs of that hit.
Not that she'd let on anyway.
She's a tough cookie. He's the centre fielder from Queensland. Hits that one high to left field. Sam Poole camped under it. He does a great job to take the grab. Nice and easy one there at left field. That is one out for Queensland in the bottom of this third inning.
Sam Poole, a physiotherapist off the softball diamond. So certainly New South Wales Firestars are in good hands if anything goes wrong.
She's the one to go to. Maybe she has a queue of injured or maybe wounded teammates at the end of the game.
Yeah, I think people would be certainly going to Sam for free advice.
Sarah Thrass. Well, she only faced one pitch previous to this at bat, and that was a hit by a pitch as well, so no doubt Erin Thrass will be looking to get a nice piece of the ball, get a runner on base, see if she can start something off for Queensland here in the bottom of the third inning. 1-1 is the count on her with one out. A nice healthy cut into foul territory. Freeman and Titsakonis converging on that one, but that's over the screen. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And what a really good game it's been so far. Sometimes this game can get a bit out of kilter with the pitchers really dominating or the hitters really dominating. It's been incredibly balanced. There's been some great battles between the pitchers and the hitters, and some great tactics and really good focus from the players. And Erin Roberts, she just keeps doing the job. That was fantastic.
Another outstanding pitch there by Roberts to strike Erin Thrass out. 2 out now for Queensland in the bottom of the third. Tara Speakman will step up to the plate. She was out on a fly ball to right field with her first trip to the plate. Ground ball straight back to Roberts. It affects the simple out at first base. 3 up, 3 down. A very handy inning there for New South Wales to retire Queensland in order. 3 innings gone. We're all tied up at 2 once again. Top of the 4th inning, Justine Smethurst will continue on the mound here for Queensland. We'll hear from the announcer there, Stacey McManus is up to plate now for New South Wales. First pitch misses low and in. It's time to go down into the New South Wales dugout with Manette Rosso. She is with Rachel Lack.
The atmosphere is amazing down here. We're in the dugouts. How do you think you're going so far?
I think we're getting there. We're really building, and I think the tide's turned right now. So.
And what are you going to focus on for coming into the last innings?
I think we're just going to focus on us and just go pitch by pitch, and then just stick to the game plan. That's about it.
Any good luck?
Thank you.
Well, there you have it down in the New South Wales dugout. They think the tide has turned. It was all Queensland to start with, but we're all tied up. A little bit of confidence back in the dugout there, Mike.
Yeah, and we got all the cliches in the world, pitch by pitch and tide turning. It was great, but she's absolutely right. I mean, the tide has completely turned in this game, and it's purely because of the discipline of the New South Wales hitters.
May have been a little bit of nervous energy, chased a few pitches they probably wouldn't have otherwise done early on in the game, but as you say, they're more disciplined, more focused by these New South Wales hitters now, and they've turned this game right around, and we're back tied up at 2-2 here in the 4th. Super pitch there by Smethurst.
Stacey will be disappointed with that. You'll see she comes into frame. She's sporting a lovely black eye there. She took a nasty, nasty ground ball in the first round game against WA. Got her straight in the face. So you'll see Stacey at shortstop sporting a lovely facial protective mask, which I think she's reluctantly wearing. Coach Kerry Porter said you got to wear that if you want to take the field. So Stacey's wearing that, but full marks to Stacey. A nasty hop like that could certainly wreck her confidence. But she's straight back out on the horse and doing a great job there at shortstop.
And no doubt having that mask on will give her the confidence to get in behind that ball and maybe not get a little bit jumpy or a bit edgy if she otherwise didn't have it on.
Yeah, most definitely. She's certainly got a story to tell, though, when she gets home.
Samantha Poole, the left fielder for New South Wales, is to the plate now.
How many innings are there?
1 out for New South Wales in the top of the 4th. Count 1-1 on her. Was struck out looking with her first at bat. Certainly looking to improve on that one. Ground ball to the shortstop. DeBlaise makes no mistake there, fires it across the diamond to McNamara. That retires Samantha Poole, and that is now 2 quick outs for New South Wales. Belinda Barnes to the plate, and a small but quite vocal crowd on hand here at Mirrabooka at the State Softball Centre. They're being treated to some outstanding softball, the best players in the land lining up here today in this National Women's Championship. Belinda Barnes up to the plate for New South Wales. You can see the third base has moved in nice and close.
That's certainly one of the strengths of Belinda Barnes. You'll see her, that first pitch that came down, she attempted a running slap, so brought the corners in, but she certainly got the strength and the bat speed to turn on a pitch like she did and put it long in the outfield. Certainly keeps all the infielders on their toes.
And as you say, just slaps that one to the left side there. Unfortunately, that one has gone foul. She'll step back into the plate with 1 ball and 2 strikes on her. Two out, still all tied up here. A good pitch with 2 strikes on the hitter there to go up and in.
Really, really good pitch and great discipline at the plate to stay away from it. That was the sort of pitch they were striking out at the beginning. Great tactics really from both teams and great focus from the players. And I think having left that, it might turn into a good result for New South Wales here.
Swung on to the right side, and Melinda Weaver unable to get a handle on that one. Belinda Barnes will reach first on an error to get something started here for New South Wales in the top of the 4th. And that will now bring Bianca Abrahams up to the plate. So they were dragging 2 runs early, pulled those 2 runs back in the 3rd, now got a chance here in the top of the 4th inning to get themselves in front. Swung on and chopped down into the foot, Fiona. That can hurt as well.
That can certainly hurt, especially when it's self-inflicted. But you'll see Bianca straight back in the box as though nothing's happened.
She's a tough cookie, and she'll step back into the plate with 1-1. The count on her, 2 out for New South Wales. Good eyes by her.
Well taken by Jodie Bowering there. Interesting to see if Coach Kerry Porter puts a steal or some kind of running play. Belinda Barnes, she's got wheels on the bases. 2 outs, perhaps nothing to lose. Put a bit of pressure on the Queensland side.
And we want to get that runner into a scoring position. Again, trying to tempt the New South Wales hitter with that high pitch. Does well to lay off it once again. The count now 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Puts a good swing on that one. Just pulls it foul down the left side. Count now full of 3 balls and 2 strikes. Great work there by Bianca Abrahams to draw that walk.
That was close. That was really close. That was one of those that, I'm sure it was a ball, but it was one of those that could have gone either way, and New South Wales keep the inning alive.
They sure do. Great eyes by Bianca Abrahams. Runners on first and second. They've got that runner into scoring position with Cara Murphy now to the plate. Well, Smethurst runs that in on their hands, and probably not the pitch to go after. Just manages a line drive back to her. That ends the top of the 4th inning. Queensland, New South Wales still all tied up in this Australian Women's Softball National Championships.
On Fox Sports, you're watching the Australian Open Women's Softball Championship from Mirrabooka in Western Australia. Our coverage presented by CTI in association with the Australian Sports Commission.
Welcome back to the State Softball Centre in Mirrabooka, Perth, in the Australian Women's Softball National Championships. Well, Mike Palmer, this is it. Bottom of the 7th, we are all tied up. One run will win a title.
That's exactly right. So Queensland now batting in the bottom of the 7th inning. This means if they score, they're national champions. If they don't score, we head straight to extra innings.
Roberts still on the mound for New South Wales. A running slap by Blackman. Only manages to pop this one straight up. Taken by the shortstop, Stacey McManus. That is one out for Queensland and a fairly handy out as well.
That's a big out for the New South Wales Firestars. With the speed on the base of Janice Blackman, they desperately needed to get that out. But bringing to the plate, Brenda de Blas, who's had 2 from 2 so far and is certainly an in-form hitter, part of the bronze medal winning World Championship team from last year.
Great work on that pitch just to hold back. Roberts up into the strike zone trying to tempt the hitter. So as you said, Fiona, she started off, Brenda de Blas, would hit the centre field, then it hit the right field.
Originally from Belgium, has now become an Australian citizen and is a tremendous addition to the Aussie Spirit team and certainly to the Queensland Heat.
That one just fouled to the right side. Let's go down to the dugout with Manette Rosso.
We're down here in the Queensland Heat dugout. Stacey, how do you think the game's going so far?
I mean, it's a nail biter. It's always like this Queensland-New South rivalry, and yeah, it's both good teams, and yeah, it'll be interesting at the bottom of the 7 what's going to happen.
And what are you going to be focusing on in the last inning, because it's down to the wire, like you said?
Just team hitting. Like, we don't need any home runs. It's pretty windy out here, so just straight through the ball, and yeah, singles wins games, and yeah, hopefully that's what's going to happen.
Well, good luck out there.
Plenty of tension in the Queensland dugout. No doubt a bit at the plate here as well as Brenda de Blas tries to get on board here for Queensland to get something started. Ooh, just missing on that outside edge, Mike. Great pitch.
Great call as well from plate umpire Steve Suckling. There's been a few of those, and he seems to have got most of them right, and that was just a little bit outside.
Yeah, plenty of pressure on the players, but the umpires as well. Pops this one up, and the catch taken quite simply there by Stacey Porter, the third baseman for New South Wales. Very quickly, 2 away for Queensland.
Yeah, again, another big out. Just jammed Brenda on the inside there. Bringing to the plate, Melinda Weaver. I know Stacey mentioned that they were looking for singles, but Melinda hit a long ball down the left field line. Fortunately, it went foul last innings, so perhaps you can put a bit more on it and put it over the fence.
But Mike, what about the performance here of Ellen Roberts? She came into this game, New South Wales were in a jam. Queensland had loaded bases, 1 out. She got them out of that, and since then she's been all but flawless. Yeah,
she's literally been perfect. It's been absolutely extraordinary. She came in the middle of the 2nd inning, and it's just completely shut them down, and they really changed the game. She's done it 2 years in a row. She did it last year, and it's amazing she's doing it again. Just high quality performance and really good control, throwing to great spots and keeping the hitters off balance and working really well through this lineup.
And well supported by the players in the field as well. She's picked up a few strikeouts, but New South Wales been errorless whatever she's been on the mound here this afternoon.
Yeah, they've played really well. They started a bit shaky, as we said. They seem to be far too eager to get into the game, but it's really levelled out for them now, and both teams are playing great.
Great pitch on the outside. That just gets a corner. 3 up, 3 down. Melinda Weaver is the last batter to go down. 7 innings gone. We are still tied up. We're going to go into extras and tiebreaker softball here in the national final.
So what a tiebreaker means is New South Wales will start with a runner on second base. And it's worth noting Justine Smethurst has come into this final. She had pitched 38 innings so far, and she's still looking as strong as ever.
So Rachel Lack will lead things off for New South Wales. She squares to bunt, only manages to put that one foul. And it is Danny Levito in the runner at second base for New South Wales. She replaces Taylor Titsakronis, the catcher.
Tiebreaker, things are pretty simple. There's one job to get done in a tiebreaker, and that is score the runner from second base. You're not looking to build a big inning. You're not looking necessarily to get the batter on. You're looking to get the runner to third and then get a home.
Rachel Lack drops the bunt down, picked up by Brooke McNamara, and great job by Rachel Lack to beat that out. She advances the runner to third. New South Wales runners at the corners with none out. This is a big play.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's better than they could have hoped for. They needed to get the runner to third base. They did it. It's brilliant, but they've also now got a runner at first. First base was playing too far back, got a tough bounce, and they couldn't get her on what was a fairly simple play.
Simone Freeman to the plate now, the number 4 hitter for New South Wales. You say with runners at the corners. Strike call on that occasion, a little bit up. A little bit up indeed.
Tough pitch to hit there. So what Simone will be looking to do here is either put the ball to the right side of the field to give Danny Levito the best opportunity to score, or send the ball deep into the outfield for a sacrifice fly. Well taken by Jodie Bowring.
Yeah, what a big play that is with the go-ahead run at third base. Couldn't afford to get that one away from her. To get down on her knees, to keep the ball in front and to keep that runner at third, very important play. It's a 1-1 on Simone Freeman. Hits this one high to the left side. The left fielder Blackman comes across, but that one lands in foul territory. Freeman will go back to the plate to count at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Interesting tactical situation here. A lot of decisions to be made by both coaches. I mean, there's several ways New South Wales could play this. Because they've got the runner at third and nobody out, they could actually bunt again, try and move the runner from first over, and then the runner from third's effectively free to go or not go. Fielders in 2 minds. Queensland have just got to keep throwing strikes here. They can't afford to walk anyone. They've got to get this hitter out. They've got to get an out here without conceding the run. So they've got 1 out and a runner at third base, which is what they would have been hoping the situation would have been all along. So New South Wales genuinely got the upper hand here from a strategic point of view.
Big cut on that pitch by Simone Freeman.
And again, interesting decision from Kerry Porter not to send Rachel Lack to second base. She doesn't want to risk the chance of Jodie Bowring throwing her out at second base, leaving that 1 out with a runner on 1. So opting to go with the safe option, leaving the runners at 1 and 3, hoping Simone Freeman can do something here in the box.
2 and 2 is the count. Big swing and a miss, and that is a big out for Queensland. Simone Freeman strikes out again. Still runners at the corners for New South Wales with now 1 out. And that will bring Stacey McManus to the plate for New South Wales.
Stacey just needs to get the ball in play here. Contact is pressure in these sorts of situations, so she can simply get the ball into play, put the pressure on the infield to make the outs.
And does that going after that first pitch. Needs contact, needs to get a ball in play. Cam McManus driving the go-ahead run in this championship game of the 2015 Australian Women's Softball Championships.
Oh, nice pitch out on the outside. They thought at this point they might send the runner from first base, and Barron called the pitch out and was up and ready to throw, but nobody was going anywhere.
Takes the count to 1 and 1. 1 out for New South Wales. Chops that one down into the foot again. Said before she's got a black eye, she wore one in the face earlier. She's just chopped one down into her foot.
She's not making it easier on herself. It's important to note, this is the most pressure that a softball player will be put under. You know, top of the 8th, tiebreaker, final of the Gilley Shield. You'll see Stacey McManus coming into the box, shortening up on that bat. Fantastic to see her make a 2-strike adjustment here, just punching at the ball, trying to get it into play.
This one hit back to the first baseman, checks the runner, and she throws it away. Smethurst throws that one away, and that will see Danny Levito score. We'll talk about pressure situations in her final, Fiona. She's been outstanding on the mound. She checked the runner at third, but couldn't affect the easy out at 1.
Justine will be so disappointed with herself You'll see here, Stacey just puts the ball into play. Justine moves over to a backhand. Great play, but unfortunately just didn't sight her target. Perhaps rush things. You know, in these sorts of situations, everything gets tense. Scores for New South Wales. They've got the go-ahead run.
The defending champs in front for the first time in this final in the top of the 8th inning. What a time to do it. Samantha Poole now will come to the plate with runners at second and third. Well, Mike, one run across the plate is great. That gets me in front. These two next base runners are critical for New South Wales.
Now they're really looking to drive in the runs. It's not so much about strategy and tactics now. It's about the hitter getting a good pitch to hit, putting it in play, and trying to drive both runners in with a base hit.
That's a very good pitch there from Justine. And Mike, as you said, as we've seen in the ball game, one run often isn't enough. You know, Sam really needs to fight hard here. 2 strikes, no ball. She's got to get this ball into play and look to drive in some more runners. Some more safety runs for the Firestars.
Swung on by Poole to the left side. It goes between the legs of De Blas. An error by the shortstop sees 1 run score. An error by the left fielder in Janice Blackman sees 2 runs score. New South Wales 5 runs to 2. This championship game has been blown apart.
Brenda De Blas will be so disappointed with herself. That is normally a regulation out for her. Rachel Lack was going on the hit. You can see here Sam Poole just shortens up, punches that ball in the infield. Regulation out there normally for Brenda. 1 error, but it is criminal in a final to turn 1 error into 2. And unfortunately, that's what has happened here for the Heat. And unfortunately, we're now looking at a scoreboard of 5-2 to the Firestars.
Well, Mike, you were talking earlier about the importance of just getting that ball into play. Anything can happen. Everything happens.
Yeah, you get it on the ground and it's amazing what can happen. De Blas just didn't move forward on the ball. She just allowed the ball to come onto her. It skipped a bit low, but that's the price you pay.
A bunt attempt by Barnes goes straight back to the pitcher in Justine Smethurst. 2 away now for New South Wales, leading this final in extra innings by 5 runs to 2.
It's been a bit of a disaster this inning, to be honest, from a defensive perspective for Queensland. They didn't handle the bunt well at all at the beginning of the inning and allowed them to get 2 runners on base. They've had the wild throw from the pitcher, the missed ground ball from the shortstop, and then the left fielder not backing up, or backing up and not being able to handle the ball cleanly, and 3 behind in extra innings in the National Championship final.
And defensively, they've been outstanding right throughout this tournament, but this is where it all counts in the last inning of a national championship. Ball driven out to left field. Blackman makes no mistake on that occasion. She makes the final out. Well, this is it. We go into the bottom of the 8th inning. 3 outs, all that is required by New South Wales. Well, Queensland, they put the runs on nice and early. Can they come back here, Fiona? A big job ahead of them.
It certainly is a big job ahead of them, but I would not discount anything. You look at who's on second base. Melinda Weaver, current Australian player, current vice-captain in the plate. And she is a very, very disciplined batter at the best of times, Jodie Bowering. She'll be looking to drive this ball hard, get at least 1 run back, get herself on base, and hopefully generate some momentum for her team.
She picked up a double in the bottom of the 5th inning. Can she add that to her tally here today and give Queensland some glimmer of hope here in the final?
And we've seen momentum shift throughout this whole game. It's been with Queensland, then back with New South Wales. New South Wales last innings, but all it takes is 1 hit, 1 error, and the momentum can shift either way.
And strategically, there's not much on offer for Queensland right here. I mean, there's no point bunting, there's no point doing anything like that. They're not playing for 1 run, they're playing for 3 runs. So the person who hopefully is going to score the tying run for them, isn't even in the batter's box yet. That's way down the track, so they've just got to go in and try and hit.
Well, Bowering hits this one hard to the alley. 1 bounce into the fence, picked up by the left fielder in Sam Poole. The runner will score in Melinda Weaver. She is a superstar, is this catcher. And what a time to come up with a double to the fence.
That is textbook batting in the bottom of the 8th innings in the Gilley Shield final. That change-up had far too much ball across the plate, and Jodie Bowering gave that pitch what it deserved and sent it to the outfield. Coach Fabian Barlow opting to hold her up at second base. So they've bridged the gap. As we've said, 1 run is just not enough in this final. Queensland hoping to add some more.
And that brings the big hitting Stacey Weber up to the plate. Well, they've pulled one back. Same situation, runner at second base. Roberts just looked to run that pitch in on the hands on Weber, but did enough to foul it away.
Yeah, just got it right in on her and ended up probably out of the strike zone. That was close. Good discipline, though. Queensland now really just need to drag this out. They need to take some pitches. They need to put more and more pressure on Ellen Roberts. They need to make the New South Wales defence think, and they desperately need to get another base runner.
A very, very big at bat here by Stacey Weber for Queensland. Oh, hammers that one to the left side. Wow, looking to tie this one up with one swing.
She certainly sends a signal when she swings the bat. And the Firestars would be acutely aware of just what this Queensland team is capable of doing. So as you said, Mike, Queensland at this point in time have got nothing to lose. New South Wales have everything.
That's right. But what they mustn't do is rush into this. Queensland hitters can't come into the box trying to solve the problem with one swing. What they've got to do is work through the count, make sure they get a good pitch to hit, put the ball in play and just keep it ticking over. And so far they've started that way.
It's another one fouled away by Stacey Weber. Count still full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. As you said, Mike, one thing that Queensland can control here is the tempo of the game. They won't want Roberts to try and rush them to the plate, rush their at bat. Weber here can just take her time, take it one pitch at a time. What an at bat there from her. No doubt they were looking for a big hit from her, but this is just as important to get another run on base. Stacey Weber now represents the tying run on base here for Queensland.
And you'll see they've changed Weber from running on first base, putting Michaela Gregory on to run for Stacey. So they've got 2 wheels on the base, aware that that runner on first base is the tying run.
Jade Wall, the centre fielder, steps up to the plate now. Shapes around a bunt, and that ball gets away from the catcher, Titsakronis, to allow 2 runners into scoring position. Mike, we are a long way from over in this game.
We certainly are, and we thought Queensland had a nervy top of the 8th, but New South Wales are now doing the same here in the bottom of the 8th. And from where it started, which was 3 runs down and a runner at second base with nobody out, they're now 2 runs down, second and third, but the important thing, still nobody out.
Absolutely. As we said, this is a long way from over this final. Can New South Wales compose themselves and make it back-to-back titles? And a great pitch by Roberts. Again, continuing to do the business here on the mound for New South Wales, deep into this match. Straight down the chute once again.
Great composure here by the battery combination of Taylor Titsakronis and Ellen Roberts. Just their 2nd year in a Gilley Shield final, and they are containing this Queensland team so far.
And tactically, of course, there's nothing happening now because 2nd and 3rd, Queensland simply need to get a hit. They're not trying to bunt, they're not trying to move the runners, they're not trying to do anything. New South Wales have got a standard defence against them. It's the pitcher against the hitters to decide who wins the championship now.
Popped up to the right side. Barnes under it, and a great job there, looking straight into the sun. You can see she's wearing sunglasses there, which would have helped him, but that is a tough out under the circumstances.
That is a tough out by Belinda Barnes, who interestingly used to be right field and has obviously come back into the New South Wales Firestars team as a second base. That is a pressure catch, and as you can see from the banners on the hill, there's some gusty conditions out there too, so that's a big out.
1-8 now for Queensland in the bottom of the 8th. Erin Thrass to the plate. Still, the tying run at second base. 1 strike on her, 1 out.
Erin just needs to get this ball into play. The runners will be going on the hit to the right side of the diamond. She's got to make contact.
Pops up once again. What great catch by Barnes behind second base. And some good heads-up softball as well. Have presence of mind to know that there was that runner at third base. They come up with the throw.
And also confidence in her arm to know that she can make that play. Throw it to Stacey Porter and attempt to get the double play. Overthrow would have meant at least one, possibly 2 runs scoring.
So a big at-bat in the game here. 2 out, 2 on. An out will seal the victory and another championship for New South Wales. A hit may be enough to score these 2 runs and send us into another extra inning. And just missing on that inside edge. So time just called here by Titsakronis, going out to have a bit of a chat to Roberts, no doubt trying to get that composure back here in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, just stay calm and stay focused. Roberts has been unbelievable. I mean, absolutely unbelievable. To come in when she did in the second inning and to pitch like she's pitched. And even though she's in this difficult situation now, she's got to stay composed, got to throw the ball where they want to throw it, stick to their plan, and they'll get through this.
That's a great pitch to come back with. Down and away.
Takes the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 out for Queensland. There is Roberts. Popped up into foul territory. And that's one for the fans here at Mirrabooka here in Perth at the State Softball Centre.
Tara would just be looking to find some grass. If she can just hit this ball through the infield, get it to the outfield, those runners will be going on the pitch with 2 out. A hit to the outfield would most certainly score 2 runs.
Well, nice pitch by Roberts and great work by the hitter as well to hold the hands back.
It looked like she was going to swing, and I think everyone held their breath and looked at the umpire then.
This is a great turn at bat too from Tara Speakman.
2-2 is the count. Swung on, and New South Wales are the champions once again.
What a fantastic pitch. Tara Speakman put such a good swing on that ball, but you can see the joy in the New South Wales Firestars. There is nothing better than that feeling. Takes their count to 19 Gilley Shields when you can see Stacey Porter there. Ellen Roberts tearing up, knows the importance of that out. Well done, New South Wales Firestars, and hats off to the Queensland Heat. What a tremendous game.
A wonderful game of softball, and Mike, New South Wales to come back from where they were nice and early. What a performance by them.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And all down to Ellen Roberts, really. She worked amazingly with Titsakronis. They did a fantastic job, and they got it done, and they won the championship.
Well, after being 2 runs down in the first, New South Wales are the champions by 5 runs to 3. It's time to go down with Minette Rosso, who is with the winning pitcher, Ellen Roberts.
We're here with Ellen from the winning team. Congratulations, such an exciting game. How are you feeling?
I'm just so excited. My heart was beating so fast there at the end, and it just feels so great to come out with the win.
You did really well today pitching out there. What were some of the highlights for you today?
I think we batted well as a team. Our defense really did a great job getting to the ball and making some really tough plays out. And I think it was a really good team effort all around.
You guys did such a fabulous job out there. Well done, and I'll let you go celebrate with the team.
Thank you.
Well, no doubt the celebrations for Ellen Roberts and the teammates will be continuing long and hard here in Perth. Well, what a performance by New South Wales. Make it yet another Gilley Shield win. It's been a fantastic afternoon here in Perth. A big thank you to Fiona Crawford and also Mike Palmer. I'm Glenn Hawke. We'll catch you next time.